Hello everyone, welcome to episode 91 of RollPlay Court of Swords. It's time to, I don't know, see what the fuck happened. I'm so curious to see how this episode goes and what happens with the caravan. But we'll get there in a bit, because we got to play catch-up. Zeke, I didn't know you're such a big fan of Call of Duty. What's going on with your beanie?
Motherfucking. Fuck you, fuck that.
Do you get that a lot?
Not you too, JP.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Quite a lot.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
No, that's the problem, though, is that I'm not a fan of Call of Duty. So I was completely oblivious to how close it is. It's just a different color. It's the 3 bars. It's just a different color.
Yeah.
Like it's orange-ish for Call of Duty. And for me, it's like just bright red.
Yeah, it's bright red.
Yeah. Oh, well.
It looks exactly like it, though. So that's the first thing.
I'm out. I'm fucking gone, dude.
Yeah, fair.
Oh,
fair.
God.
Suck it. Suck it. I'm gone. Out.
And then there were two.
Then it's just me and Jadar. It's great.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. Dan, what are you eating? I gotta ask. We always have to ask. Did you go back to Is it Wendy's Tuesday? Oh shit! What is is that pasta with some chicken and peas?
Pasta with peas and ham.
Damn, that looks well done, sir. Well done. That's a level up from the Wendy's life for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm over here fucking making myself dinner every night of the week. And this guy gets credit for buying food.
You can't. You cannot complain or bitch about a single thing because you live in Canada where you can now go buy weed as long as it's in stock.
That's true. That's true. I could if I wanted to.
That's true. Yeah.
I could be smoking weed right now if I wanted to.
You could.
Right this second.
Yeah. It's legal, so Twitch can't do anything.
Feel free
I wonder about that though. Like
they can't. If it's legal where you live, it's legal to do on stream.
I mean, yeah, like they can't. Obviously, Twitch is not yet a law enforcement organization, but their terms of service could just straight up be like, you can't smoke the devil's lettuce on Twitch. They could do that.
Oh, they could totally change it. Yeah, and you'd agree to.
But
it
I don't think
blindly,
they have.
No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the ruling in the toss is that if it's legal where you live, you can get high on stream.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's why Josh OG is sponsored by Weed Maps or something like that because it's legal in Denver.
I just feel like that's such man, being drunk on stream is one thing, but like smoking the reefer and then trying to stream, like I can't imagine. Like you'd just be like, wait a second, I haven't said anything in 45 minutes. Are people still watching? What's going on? It wouldn't go good, I don't think.
I'll throw some more shade, but go ahead, Zeke. Then I will throw the shade.
I hadn't smoked any marijuana for probably 6 or 7 years. And then I did my 520, 420, but it's my birthday, 520.
Yeah.
Cast in Denver, where my buddy lives. One of my mods lives there, and I smoked it on cast, the little vaporizer. And I am with you, Adam. I do not know how people fucking function on that shit. Like
it's all about microdosing, dude. You got to microdose, man.
It opened my eyes to like the fact that some people think like it was scheduled as like a category something drug, like super like
it was as
bad news.
I feel like depending on the state you're in, it was as bad as like heroin. Yeah. For a really long time.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because the dude who made the law like smoked it once and he had the same reaction I did. It was like, this is fucking like
that's the name. That was his name,
man. It's
his name was the dude.
You up.
Believe it or not,
that's who
decided. Yeah, the dude.
Professor the dude though.
Professor the dude. PhD. The dude PhD.
But I mean, there's plenty of people. I'm sure we all have people in our lives who smoke every day who are high.
So
almost all the time.
I
can function normally.
Yeah.
I can tie this directly to Dungeons and Dragons. So my high school dungeon master was a huge stoner, like walking around in a cloud of weed smoke all the time. We would take breaks during the game, and he'd be like, "I need to recharge," and he'd go outside, and he would just get ripped and come back in. And he was an awesome dungeon master. I could not DM in that same headspace. I couldn't do it. But he was awesome. He was just like he was so good. But yeah, so now every time I smell weed smoke, I think of my original D&D game. I'm just like, aw, yeah, like wizards and
but for
swords and Yeah, great times. But like I wasn't partaking when I was a good kid. But I was just like, man, these weed smoking metalheads are so cool. I am so glad to be allowed to hang out with them.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, now it's time to throw the shade. Adam, you could totally get high and play that boring ass Magic the Gathering, because I mean all you gotta do is just stare at the cards, you know?
I would like to posit, and I begun
ahead,
this
yes,
hypothesis. I begun this hypothesis on Twitter. It's not Magic the Gathering that sucks, JP. It's you. I think you're the problem.
See, that's the usual comeback, but you know, I have $500 in my pocket that you don't because of Magic. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't spend any money on Magic.
Okay,
Not
okay.
recently.
Okay, all right.
Not recently.
What is
Let's not talk
recently?
about spending money on cards, okay, please?
Yeah. Speaking of that,
It's too soon for me.
Zeke, I was me and Aaron were awake last night till 3 or 4 a.m. our time watching you get. We don't know if you were blackout, but let's just go with blackout drunk playing blackjack. It was great. It was fantastic.
Oh, I bet it was. It's always entertaining when I am
fantastic.
It started off, I was like happy and all that stuff, and I don't even know how long the broadcast lasted, but
I fell asleep.
I started the night with 600, and I ended the night with $1.50. So I did real bad.
That's great.
Well, I lost like 300 of it in the last like half an hour.
Yeah, you
Just
started getting a little sloppy, a little crazy. Yeah.
fucking tilted. The last hand, I put in was my $100. I had $1.50 left.
Uh-huh.
She hit me. I'm good, ready to go. She flips over an 11. I'm like, fuck. And she flips over another card. It was like 12 or 13. I was like, oh, good, I have a chance. If you don't know, you're trying to hit 21 without going over.
Right.
And then she hits another card. It's a 15. I'm like, even better. Great chance. Anything 7 or higher, she busts and I get my $100. I get a double up. Flips over card, 5 or 6, 21. Just like, motherfuck. And I just smashed my keyboard and ended the broadcast.
Man, I wish I saw that. We were watching
Clips, I'm sure.
I'm sure there is, yeah. We were watching during
Live stream
the
fails.
boom dealer. And you kept asking him to boom you. Which was great. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. You were getting pretty destroyed, like I'm not talking drunk, but you were getting destroyed just getting 16s almost every hand. It was ridiculous how many 16s you were getting over and over and over. It was it was rough. It was rough. So I wish you better luck in the future.
Hey, listen, I mean, that's why I'm doing sponsored streams now. I'm just not, I got to pay for my habit somehow.
Oh, totally. I get it.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you to GOG.com. I mean, hey, if you want to keep going, like, I'll just waste it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Speaking, I think it's a sponsor stream. I don't know what the fuck Max is doing, but he couldn't make the show tonight because he scheduled something over this with the excuse that we're not playing this week. So I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, but he'll be live in like an hour.
I thought we weren't playing today because of TwitchCon. And also I have this thing. It's like,
Yeah.
Conveniently.
Yeah.
Good job, Max.
Sorry, guys. I forgot we had a session today because someone paid me $1,000 to forget we had a session today. So
No, I honestly don't think it's sponsored though. He's doing Fallout because he's a big Fallout guy, and that's
okay.
when like it just comes out today.
Gotcha.
Early.
That makes me feel better in a weird way. Because he didn't sell out his friends. He just doesn't want to play with them.
I'm okay. Like I'm okay being less important than something that Max really cares about. I'm not okay with being less important than money.
Right.
That's
exactly.
not cool to me.
That's what I'm getting at.
So it's fine. We understand.
Yeah, totally.
We've seen worse. We've had people have a nap that lasted 6 hours and they completely forgot the session.
That's been a fun
There's all
excuse.
kinds of great reasons.
I'm trying to think
There's
of my
all kinds
favorite
of great
excuse
reasons.
that we've had, and that's a lot. I mean, it's 5 years of excuses. I have to think for a bit on this. I don't know what my favorite one is.
There's a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've had a player go on a date and we interrupted their date with text messages to be like, "Hey, where are you?" And they're like, "Is it Tuesday? Oh no."
Wait, when did that happened? I don't even remember that.
Yeah. The very first day that I ever streamed on my channel like a video game was because we didn't have an episode of Swan Song because we had a player go on a date and forget that we had an episode that day.
I do remember that. Yep. That's a thing. That's a thing that happened. That's true.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Did they
That
end
would have
up
been
being
amazing
married?
if they ended the date and just left the date and went for D&D.
You know what? I would leave. I would be like, honey, you're not as important to me as Dungeons and Dragons. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Listen, if you can't handle that,
How
then you
cool
just don't
would
have
it
a
be
place in my
though
life.
if it's like a first date and you're like, look, this is going great and I really want to have a second. I have to go play D&D though, so I'll see you later. And then just fold up your napkin, maybe do some cute origami or something, and then just fucking leave. Just fucking leave the goddamn table.
That's how you know it's love.
Yeah.
So if they're like, "Oh, I completely understand. Please go. Don't let me keep you," and you're like, "Oh man, this is gonna go places."
Yeah. Also, Adam, can we get how is my pronunciation of that? I saw a little bit of hesitation
Which word?
of
Which one
origami.
was
Are we
that
good
here?
with it? Is that
Yeah, you did it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Origami is a pretty commonly pronounced. It's pronounced properly. It's
great?
not like
Okay.
It's not origami.
yeah. Origami.
Origami. I got some of this origami book down by the.
Yo, I was trying to buy some marijuana from this yakuza I know, and he's like, "Here you go," and he gave me a bag of oregano. I think that's how it's pronounced. Oregamo? Well, I don't know these Japanese words. All right,
Oh,
I gotta
man.
go.
Yeah, that's good. I've never heard it pronounced. I think I might just do that from now on, Zeke. I'm just gonna steal your word, your pronunciation. It seems like a winner. Seems like a winner. It's good. I don't know
Welcome,
if
you
we.
can have it.
What was that?
Said you're welcome. You can have it.
Thank you. Yeah,
I give you my blessing.
appreciate it. I guess just some housekeeping stuff. Then we'll get started here because I don't know what the fuck else we're gonna talk about. We'll be at TwitchCon this weekend. I think every single one of us will be there. Dan, you're going this year, right? Or are you not? Are you not?
No.
Okay,
No.
Dan's not going. He'll be playing Red Dead, so go watch him stream. But the four of us
Fair.
will be there at TwitchCon. I think we have our roleplay panels Sunday at 11 PST, maybe. I think
I
that's
think
right.
so. That sounds correct to me.
Uh,
Survey
yeah, Sunday at 11
says-
Pacific. I just saw the schedule. Yeah, that's it. We have an hour and 30 minutes on that. Oh shit! They gave us 30 extra minutes. What are we gonna do, Adam?
I don't know, man. I always do all the work, and you just show up. So don't even worry about it. I'll handle it.
That's right. Totally. That's actually.
You just be there.
that's
and I
accurate.
will do all the hard work.
That's accurate. Yeah. So that's Sunday if you want to watch that. Oh, we'll probably get a recording of it, and we'll put it up on YouTube for those that aren't able to watch live. So, and then apart from that, yeah, if you're gonna be at TwitchCon, feel free to come say hi. We'll be walking around all weekend. Adam's got a bunch of panels. I think all four of us are actually on a bunch of stuff this weekend. So just check out our Twitter. I'm sure we'll all be tweeting schedules and stuff like that, or just go to the TwitchCon site and check that out. Dan, I gotta ask though, are you hyped for Red Dead? Are you in that state of hypeness? Or are you just kind of like, I hope it's good?
I've been betrayed so often the last couple of years, so I'm gonna just wait and see.
Dan,
I've been hurt.
Dan, who hurt you? Let's talk about it. Let's get down to it.
I'm still recovering from Mass Effect Andromeda.
Okay.
I'm still recovering from Mafia 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it just stabbed me right in the heart, you know?
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I hope that Red Dead treats you well. I hope that it's good. I hope that everyone's freaking the fuck out and I'm watching them on my phone while in the keynote audience on Friday morning when everyone else is playing and I can't. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. You want to do some goals, Adam? Then we'll start with some D&D.
Yeah. I think that
Oh,
sounds like a
can I say one thing before we go on? Since we have
Absolutely not.
something that was okay.
I'm glad you stopped. I was wondering if you would acknowledge it. What's up? Something that was what?
No, I mean I forgot what I was gonna say. So
No, okay. All right.
no, something that was announced
Don't
today.
pull that shit.
I know. No, something that was announced today I've known for a little bit, but they just confirmed it that there's going to be they're calling it the Fireside Chat.
Oh yeah.
I get to interview Kevin Smith for about a half an hour.
Ask him if he wants to play D&D.
Yeah.
I will. Indeed, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. It's happening. I think it's happening. Yeah, after like an hour after Drop Frames is over.
Oh,
In the same
on
theater.
Friday?
Yep.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I see it here. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are you going to ask
So
him?
that should be a lot of fun. I got questions that I have to I had to get them approved and pass by publicists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's there's a bunch of people, right? Like I'm looking at the graphic now. It's like Kevin Smith, Felicia Day, Ninja, Tony Hawk, which I get tell him how good Pro Skater is. Just talk about Pro Skater the whole time. And Emmett Shear, which is always funny because it's like here's a bunch of celebrities and the guy in charge of Twitch.
Well, yeah, Ninja.
But here's these other cool people that you know.
Here's the best. My favorite part of this whole thing is it's Ninja and Emmett Shear in a fireside chat hosted by DJ Wheat. Give me 3 more opposite people and put them in one thing.
Yeah, that's right. Emmett and Ninja, Twitch past, present, and future.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I heard they were originally going to have a woman on that fireside chat, but then Ninja said no because he didn't want people.
I did.
Talking.
I heard the same thing.
Shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh.
So, you got to protect your marriage or whatever.
I love it. I love it so much, Adam.
God, there's going to be so much Ninja shade this weekend, and I'm so about it. It's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. I just can't wait.
No, I love the picture though. Like the picture of him just says I look at it and I go, that guy has the face of someone who could buy your death. Like he could pay someone to kill.
Wait, Ninja?
I have that
Right.
money.
It's true. I mean, technically, I think any of these people could afford to have anybody they want killed. Like, I think that they've
Probably.
reached
He's new
that
money.
threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying Ninja has that or Emmett?
No, Ninja.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, the funny thing is, they're like 2 sides of a coin, aren't they?
Right, because I would
One's
think
smirking
Emmett.
this way and one's smirking that way.
Yeah, I would think Emmett would be that person, not necessarily Ninja. Ninja just looks like a weird gamer with dyed hair to me.
They do kind of look like they could be related. Like Ninja could be Emmett's clone that he's raising to replace him when he dies, I guess is the thing. So
Adam, let me show
hopefully they'll
you
talk about that.
my
Oh
garage.
my God.
We'll take you to the
The red streak.
Yeah, that's one of the streaks I'm working on. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, it's a good way. It's a good way to keep that business going if you're going to die of old
Everything
age.
makes sense now.
Grow your own clone, transfer your consciousness into their meat popsicle, and then away you go.
It's the Bezos way.
Yeah.
That's passed on when you get a CEO and bought by Amazon. They teach you the way. Let's do some goals.
You get let into the inner circle, and they fire up a clone for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's that old Bill Hicks bit where they were like, they bring the new president in. They're like, they show you the Kennedy assassination from a new angle. Like, any questions?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I wish that were the case. If there was like an actual threshold where it's like, well, your bank account has reached this amount. Welcome to the truth. Here's where you get to find out how everything actually works.
That's a new TV series starting pretty soon. Actually, I heard, so it'll be good. It's just called The Truth.
It's on Rich People Netflix.
Yeah,
you're not allowed to subscribe to Rich People Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It's $27,000 a month.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you even know about it.
Yeah, Adam was there, then he left that life. He decided to be a D&D lifer.
That's right. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I had to leave. I had to leave the rich man life behind.
All right, goals. Let's do them. Let's make some
Let's do goals. All right. So, Kalimat, you have your magically induced goal. What do you want your other 2 to be?
So I'm gonna keep them the same. I didn't get much chance last week because of the whole kerfuffle that happened, and I couldn't really do much during that because I can't see. So I slept a lot of relaxed. But my other 2 goals are the non-secret ones are complete the goal set out by the page, which is kill the woman, and then get what I was promised from the page, which is basically information on how to find or meet ancient dragons or the like. And I'm keeping those. That's my 3.
Okay, sounds good. Yoji, I assume you don't want to have return Shadrick to the fold as one of your goals.
No, that got deleted last week. Yeah. I guess I'll keep prepare an ambush for the caravan because we still got to do that. I'll keep learn more about Ikatsu, the bow that I'm currently wielding, and a new one. I don't know. Dan, are you adding any new ones that we could potentially work on in unison?
Kind of still have my 3 that I didn't get a chance to work on last time.
Yeah. Say what those are. Maybe I'll see if I can add in.
Yeah.
Find out the lady's identity, set up an ambush for the caravan, and then keep Calamot alive during the mission.
I feel I don't know of what a goal could be, so I guess I'll kind of workshop it. I feel like
let's do it.
that Yoji's just going to be so unbelievably focused on everything that just happened with Shadrach, but I don't know
Yeah.
what a goal is around that. Like,
Well, so like focused in what sense?
focused on the sense that the cult is going to be furious. Like he's worried.
That's like, oh man, that's the worst feeling when you're like, I fucked up and the sword's hanging over my head
Yeah.
and it's gonna come down on me. Oh man. Maybe you'd be thinking about a way to like make that better or mitigate it, or like what would Yoji do when he has that feeling? So Yoji's got this feeling of like, oh shit. Like, do you come up with a lie? Do you convince Calimont and Jadar to back you up? Do you try to make it better? Like, what would be Yoji's response to that feeling?
I don't think he would lie. I think that's a fool's errand in this situation.
Sure, you know they got powers.
So I guess it would be the idea of, come up with something that outweighs the fact that someone like Shadrach got away, that would counterbalance the bad with the good.
Oh, like come home with something that like improves it, to be like,
yeah.
So I did the bad thing and he got away, but here's this other thing to help mitigate the fact that you're angry at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what could that be?
I don't know.
I wonder.
Because anything, the other thing is, I don't know if Yoji would even know what that is. Because anything stepping outside
Right.
of his normal, or out of
Yoji's
what
so
he was
focused
told,
on
is probably
the parameters. Yeah.
probably bad to begin with.
I mean, you could also, if you believe in the cult's right to punish you for failure, maybe preparing for that punishment is a thing, right? Like, however that looks, like just being like, yep, I'm gonna get in shit for this, and I need to be prepared for whatever form that takes.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Prepare for the idea, or prepare for the cult's not retribution, but act of prepare for the cult's reaction to my act of failure or something like that. I don't know what that is.
Sure.
I don't know if that's a role or if that's.
I mean, yeah, to resolve a goal, there'll need to be a role involved, but like it may just be a conversation with Jadara. It may be like something you do to prepare. Like as long as we get to see that and it's something that helps you kind of like move towards your absolution, then I think that's relevant. That's a good goal.
I'll just put prepare for the cult's punishment.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. And then Dan, you're just going to keep your 3.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, when we return, then I think we begin with a shot of like a wide shot, kind of like unusually pastoral given all the violence of the past episode. So we have this kind of slow fade in on the sun gently heading down towards the horizon, the forest, the deep dark wood, and then hazily in the background through the atmosphere we see the cliffs where the cult remains, and the camera pans slowly down to this idyllic little hut. We know full well the bloodshed within, the pile of goat corpses out back, the dead here. We see, and this is as the soundtrack changes, as we first see the stalks of dead grain, these withered things, this perfect kind of arc of dead plant life. We see the edge of the little creek with the bodies of several fish kind of floating up against the surface, and there's a general tenor of unease despite the overall kind of pastoral nature of the scene. So when we pan across, where are the 3 of you? This is like sort of semi-immediately, like within 5 minutes or so. So you have several hours before. It looks like the caravan should arrive here around nightfall. or very quickly before that. And yeah, we pan across to see the three of you. Where are you? What are you doing? What's the deal? What do we see?
I'm probably immediately talking to Jadara, only because I figure Kali is either doing exactly what he was during that fight, or he probably just doesn't care at all what Kali is doing, to be honest. It's mostly him talking to
Focused.
Jadara, yeah, about everything
Okay.
that just happened.
Yeah. Okay, so let's fade in on that then. So the two of you are standing kind of near the shatter crater, and yeah, you can still there's still the smell of blood in the air, kind of wafting from this building over here.
Yeah.
And yeah, Yoji's sort of walking up to Jadara.
Okay. Yeah, I'm walking up, and I kind of bend down, pick up some of the dead everything on the ground.
Yeah. Even the grass is all like withered.
Yeah, I'm rubbing that in my hands. I kind of let it go and look up Jadar, and what are we going to do?
Well, first we'll deal with the ambush, but you, my friend, are in deep shit.
Yeah. You don't think you're in trouble by proxy?
Oh, I will get yelled at, but I fear worse for you.
Yeah, I've never fucked up this bad before. I don't know what to expect.
I just still don't understand why you had to bring him into the cult.
I don't know. I've done a lot of bad things. I just felt bad, I guess. Or felt that if we just killed him when we first saw him, that, I don't know, that it was a waste. I thought it'd be an ally, but I guess he was too good for that.
Guilt has gotten you in trouble before, Yoji.
Not this bad.
This one may cost you your life. The best you can hope for now is we flawlessly execute this mission and go above and beyond.
Yeah. I kind of like look over at Kali. What are you doing at this point, Kali? Are you just laying on the ground?
Yeah, I'm either dozing or sleeping, not really even paying attention.
Okay. Yeah, you see me tilt my head to look at Kali past you, and I look back at you. It's just you and me. We have a blind man over there fighting with us. How the fuck is this going to work out?
Oh, I have a plan. You see, our first plan isn't going to work anymore. This farm is destroyed. It's a massacre. But it does have one very important thing that we could use to our advantage. It is a big distraction.
You think they're going to stop? I would figure they'd just ride right by. In fact, they'd probably go faster.
They have to restock. They need supplies. This is the only place they can do it. So we have to make the supplies visible. So they see that there's stacks of grain against the wall.
What do we do? What do we do about that? And I like point. I'm gesturing towards the open door that probably still has like giant amounts of blood pooling on the bottom of it, near it.
They're gonna have to investigate to make sure it's safe. They'll send a small squad inside to see what happened, which means they'll be dividing up their forces.
Great. So you're thinking we ambush them in there and then rush outside? What do we do if they just drive away?
That's the thing. They can't ride away if their horses are dead.
I see what you're saying. I'm going to be real honest. I'm pretty tapped out. So I've got this, and I like hold up my bow. I've got these, and I point to the arrows. That's about it.
Calimot.
Sorry. Must have fallen asleep. Yes, I'm sorry, what?
Could
Kalimot, when you sit up, maybe can you make a perception check really quick?
I'd love to.
Okay, thank you.
There we go. 22.
Okay. So you feel this. We see it. You wake up and you kind of groggily like put one hand down, and a snake, not a big one, just like a little corn snake or something, just like slithers across the like surface of your fingers, across your knuckles, and under into a gap under the house.
And I feel it do that.
Yeah, you feel it. Maybe you pull your hand back or whatever, but yeah.
Okay.
And you hear just like the faint sort of slithering sound of the snake.
Odd. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Could you do this again? The circle of death.
Yes.
Well, this is my plan. A small squad will go into the house.
There's 3 of us, so it's a person. I just want to point that out.
I know.
Okay. All right. Let's just use the right. Sorry. Go ahead.
So a small squad will go into the house.
Person.
They'll be separated briefly. Wouldn't it be a real shame if an invisible person unleashed a ring of death amongst all the other guards as they gather to watch the horrifying scene we're going to leave in front of the house?
I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty horrible, especially if the person that we actually need to keep alive, Jadara, died as well.
I know. That's why I will be getting her out.
And how you got to do that?
Well, I do have some tricks up my sleeve.
And those are?
Well, the guards will gather around, and me being invisible will sneak into her little cabin or whatever she's in. I'll have a little talk with her.
And how you got to get out of there?
I can teleport her and myself up to 500 feet away.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's neat. That might work.
I just have to convince her that it's either she comes with us alive and her guards live, or they all die.
Oh, so this is one of the things where they got to be willing to go with you.
Yes, that's the catch.
What if they're not conscious? Do they get a decision?
I don't know. I'd have to consult the makers of the.
I'm not really sure. All right, so what are you thinking? Let's take a step back. There's a momentary pause as Jadara thinks about this.
If I give Dan the torpor poison that I grabbed from the cult that the scouts use, and he uses that.
Oh,
to
can
knock her
you
out.
take an unconscious?
Yeah, can we take an unconscious person through the dimension door?
One willing creature of your size or smaller. Right. The question is an unconscious person still a person as vis-a-vis magic? Like I want to say my reading of it is they have to be willing, whether they're conscious or not. I think even unconscious, your body resists the magic. So I don't think you could take a knocked out person through it.
Okay. You see me bring out the torpor poison. I'm just staring at it. That probably wouldn't work. Do you have any way to, convince them, or is it just going to be that silver tongue of yours?
I do have some other magics that I could use to convince her that she should definitely come with me. But there's a chance it won't work. If she's kind of resistant to it.
Gotcha.
You do realize what my name means, right?
No, I've never asked you that.
Mm.
What's it- what-
If there's persuasion needed, is the one thing I can still do without eyes.
Mm.
The only problem is you'd have to get stealthily into her carriage. You may have to pick a lock or get past
Well-
guards.
I'm a willing subject. Can you put me in there?
It's not a bad idea. You could
Can it be a
always
place
do
you
it, but
can see. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by setting distance and direction. So, yeah.
I could get you in, but not out.
He doesn't need to come out. He just needs to get her inside the door and then do the bell thing.
Well, if we have her hostage, they wouldn't dare attack.
Right.
We could port in and hold her hostage. She could command them to stand down.
Now, do we know that this person is the commander? That she can make them obey her?
No.
What we do know is that she's extremely important to have a armed guard escorting just her across the great distance.
It's a good point.
She could be their prisoner.
It's also a good point. I don't know. I'm okay with Jadar perhaps getting in there, seeing what he can do while Collie's on the outside, or rather the inside of the house, and does his bell thing. Even if he doesn't knock them all out, it still benefits us.
Do we have no idea how many people she is traveling with? Is that correct?
Did the document say, Adam, that I got?
No.
Okay.
No, the cult source in the city wasn't part of the planning, but was someone like that helped navigate. Someone that gave them the or had access to the route, not to the specific stuff itself.
Gotcha. No, we don't. It could be 5. It could be 15. It could be 25. I don't know.
So, we don't know who the girl is. We don't know why she's important. We don't know if she's in command. We don't know how many soldiers. What in God's name do they expect from us?
To complete the
They
mission.
give us nothing.
They wouldn't give us this if they didn't think we could do it. They don't send out groups like this to fail.
Unless they wanted to kill you and keep their hands clean.
Yeah, they want to kill you. Yeah. They want to kill the bell.
You. And I point like slightly off.
You there?
I kinda miss.
And then just move the arm. He's over there.
I'm talking about you and you.
Why would they want to kill
You
us?
two. They might want to kill you two. I'm just offering things because they gave us no information for whatever reason.
That's how
It
is.
seems
It might seem
right.
dumb, but this is how it's always been.
that you're not making a very good case for your organization.
I mean, I'm not out here trying to do that. I'm just telling you what's always been. Anyways,
All right.
Are you comfortable
Well-
with the plan? Is this what we're going to do?
Bare bones it again. Let me hear what it is.
Well, I was thinking we create a gruesome scene here in front of the barn and the house, worthy of investigation. And while they're distracted investigating, you and I pop into her car, dispose of any guards if they happen to be in there, and then talk with her.
All right. So we have Yoji create a distraction with all of this gore and whatever. Some of the guards
Flashback.
come.
Flashback real quick when you say that to the time that Yoji set up all the corpses around the camp. Like, dude is an artist when it comes to gore arrangements.
Yeah. Fuck Subway. This guy's a corpse artist.
Yeah, that's right. We got Hannibal Yoji over here.
So they inspect Yoji's handiwork because it's going to be gruesome and terrible. And then we sneak in, kill the remaining guards somehow. And then we take her and leave with your portal. Is that, do I have that right?
I was saying we pop in, take her hostage, or convince her to let the troops stand down. And then when we have their confidence, you unleash your special surprise upon all her guards.
Now, Kali, are you sure you can do this again? Because, I mean, this is a pretty big thing. Has this been tested? Do you have the capability to do this?
I don't feel it calling to me right now. It doesn't call to me to ring the hard ring. But I've done it several times, so I think I just need rest. And I need to try not to break the fourth wall, because that's what I wanted to do right now.
All right.
But what length of rest do you need? Yeah.
Well,
Everything a
it's
Dungeons
fun.
and Dragons, everything a D&D character does in their life is extremely precise. They know exactly how far it is between any 2 points at any time. They know exactly how much time has passed at any time. And they always get either exactly 1 hour of rest or 8 hours of rest.
Totally,
Because
yeah.
they know
It's like
no
clockwork.
other amount is worth anything. Yeah. It's a strange universe. Fantasyland. So, I mean, you definitely don't have 8 hours before they arrive. You have like 4.
Oh, you said that last time. That's why I went by the tree and tried to sleep.
Oh yeah, I mean you have enough time for a short rest for sure. You can totally short rest, but a long rest is like, it's too significant. Yeah, there's not enough time for a long rest for sure.
All right. Well then,
Yeah, all this fucking around with Shadrick definitely like reduced your resources.
Well, he went to go rest, I think, is what he's trying to make his case, that he wasn't in the fight.
Stupid traitor Shadrick. Well, yeah, but still, the fight was only
A minute
like
or so.
how many rounds? Like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Right?
no, right. But I specifically asked you because that's why, one of the reasons why I went to rest, said, how many hours until the caravan gets here? And you said, oh, around 8. And I was like, perfect.
Oh, I see. So you
Yeah.
So you wanted to like start your rest now and then yeah, I mean I guess you're eyeballing it.
Okay,
If you went and started resting, yeah, like it's long. That's true. Yeah, I did tell you it was longer before, but like I don't think again, going back to that D&D characters don't know what time it is all the time thing.
Sure.
It's possible you could get a rest, but it's possible there wouldn't be enough time. They might show up early. Like they're far enough away that it could be either one. If you wanted to do nothing but rest until they get here, that's certainly an option, and we could see about it. But yeah, we'd have to roll for it.
Well, I am compelled to rest. I want to
Okay,
rest.
Just gonna. Yeah,
Something
I'm
is
just gonna lie
compelling me to rest.
down. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So Kalimot, where are you going to do such a thing?
I think I'll do it. You know what? Why don't we do it by the shrine inside?
I mean, the stink of flesh will likely keep you from sleeping.
Yeah, plus I'm going to be like mutilating corpses, and it's not going to be a happy
You
time in
can't
there.
sleep in the corpse mutilation chamber.
Okay.
That's
then
not
I'll
safe.
have what about right here? Wait, hold on. Right there.
In the
What
little
is that?
goat house. That's the goat.
Goats
That's
are
the
gone.
goat house. Yeah, the goats are gone. You could just go curl up in the hay in the goat house and have a little rest if you want.
I'd love to.
Okay, all right,
Bloop,
cool.
Right in the corner.
That's right.
All right. So that's what I
Jesus
tell
of
him. I say,
yore.
if you require the bell to ring, I don't know if I have enough time I'm tired and I require rest. So if you need any more planning, I leave it to you in your capable hands. But I must sleep. And I kind of wander over there, like
Yeah. Stumble through the crater caused by Jadara's shatter spell.
trip.
Yeah, and you make your way in there, and you're fine. You find some soft hay, and you curl up, and it smells a little like goat in here, but you've slept in worse.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So while Kalimat is attempting a long rest, what are Jadara and Yoji doing? Now with Shadrick gone and Kalimat asleep, the two of you finally have some time alone. What are you gonna do with it?
Matchmaker, make me a match.
I see Kalimot like walks in there. I turn to the other house. Can I interest you in some corpse mutilation?
So romantic.
No, that was always your thing. I need
Right.
to scout the perimeter.
Okay.
See good ambush spots. Possibly if there's any like things around here we could use to our advantage.
Gotcha. How bad of a spot are you looking for me to create? Are we talking the worst of the worst here?
I'm talking like Mara level cursed shit that people like you have to investigate for the good of the realm because you can't let this shit fester. Like something that would bring a peasant to his knees in horror.
Okay. All right. I'll see what I can do with that.
It's like you're taking an order. Like, yeah, some peonies and like some roses in there, a little baby's breath, the skull of an infant, just whatever, all that stuff.
All right. Yeah, that seems doable. Say, in all this plan, what is my role in all this after this thing? Am I just supposed to sit in the forest waiting for you two?
Well, you will observe, and if they start to run, kill their horses.
Okay. Horses
And
first.
then if everything falls apart, we'll just have to kill them all, as it usually goes. If let's just say the dice aren't in our favor today.
Right. Understood. All right. Well, and I go like that and crack my knuckles a bit. I got some mutilating to do. I started walking into the room.
Right. Yeah, like I think you have to stop by like the tool room and grab yourself a saw or whatever and head in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So are we talking like just human corpses? Or are you going to introduce goat motifs into it? Because you get all the cool horns and stuff if you go with the goats.
We're definitely going to do some, I guess in this situation, some Mara symbology with the goat bones.
Okay.
Back to the
right.
florist.
But it's not going to be
Like,
perfect symbology.
want the
Yeah. It won't be perfect in symbology because I don't want to fucking summon or worship the Mara. I just want it to
Right.
appear.
You're like, it's too good. I accidentally made one.
Oops, here's the devil.
Yeah.
And
Actually, that's the name of my autobiography.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't we have you make a religion check first?
and this
make
is
it
what,
just-
to keep my
just-
sanity, or
This is just demonic enough, just to figure out like, this is to establish leitmotif, and then we'll have you make a performance check to create your work of art.
okay. A 6.
All right, so you have you've got an okay idea of what demon shit looks like. You're like, they got some horns, we got goat head up here. Okay, all right. Now, let's have you make a performance roll, and this can be, since you're crafting, it's not performance with charisma, it's performance with dexterity.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you want me to just make a dex check?
Yeah, you can make a dexterity check and then add your. You don't have performance trained, right?
Right, it's a -1.
Okay, so just the dexterity. Yeah, dexterity check to see the quality of your work.
Okay, so no proficiency bonus, just okay. I got you.
Right, because you don't have proficiency. In
Right. 23.
Hot damn! All right, so let me get rid of this pile of corpses here. Where do you place this terrifying effigy?
Well, first, Adam, let me creep out the entire audience by describing
Please,
this
yes,
in-
describe it to me. I would love to hear that. I want to know what it is.
So we're definitely going to do like some body parts out here, creating a trail leading into the building. Perhaps they
okay.
were eaten by a creature or something like that. I'll use a unsharpened knife to, cut those up.
So you're just like throwing some blood, some severed limbs around, like in kind of like this vicinity here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all
And
right.
then leading into it,
Appetizers.
leading into it, it's definitely going to look like some Maraist to replace Satanist.
Right, yeah.
Satanic, some Maranic.
You're the Maran.
Yeah, some Maranic symbology in terms of like people are strewn up on the. There's definitely like a.
So you're
yeah. There's a
You're
familial
understanding
hierarchy to the corpses in the
what
room.
What we're getting right now is like less blasphemous cult and more like I've seen the cover of some metal albums, right? Like
Right,
the
right,
equivalent, because your religion roll wasn't great, so the equivalent here would be like, I think they like the number 666 and like upside down crosses.
Yeah,
That's
it's more
satanic,
myths
right?
and less knowledge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
But there's definitely like a familial hierarchy when they, in terms of the like bodies in the room, in the sense that like the mom and the dad are like they're either hanging from the ceiling or something like that, and the kids are down below them, that type of stuff. And the goats are probably like further away from the rest of the family. But it just looks like they got completely slaughtered and then
Like ritually arranged.
yeah, ritually arranged afterwards. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And that's in like the front room, or do you want to move that to the back so there's like some lead up
The
to
goats
it?
are in the front room. The family's in the back room.
Right.
There's
okay.
a
So
separation.
just like
Yeah.
goat corpses arranged to lead you into the final act, which
Yeah.
is the
You wonder
family.
why
Okay,
people
so
say
there-
that D&D is the devil's work. You know, I just don't know where that
I gotta
comes
tell
from.
you, yeah, I gotta tell you, I've never understood that, but also Satan rules, and
Yeah.
this is great. So, yeah, remind me, hit me up after, and I'll teach you the real magic.
Okay. All right. We'll do.
You've finally, you've achieved.
We'll do.
Okay, all right. So you've created this terrible effigy to slaughter, and you've tried to blame it on Satan. Yeah, so you're spending your time doing that. While that's happening, Jadara, what are you up to?
I think
What are you
I'm
gonna be doing?
scouting. I'm scouting the road they're coming in on, to see if there's anything that could be useful in an ambush, like trees that are easily pushed over, or maybe things that could be obstacles, maybe poisonous mushrooms around. Anything that could help us, like give us an edge in the fight.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Make a survival check.
10.
Okay. Yeah. So the trail itself leads along the edge of the woods, and then veers slightly south to reach here, and then you have to go back to the trail and continue. It looks like the trail is kind of like weakly maintained, and not very often used, so it's slow going. But I don't think there's anything like really that jumps out obviously as like an impediment, right? Like there is no debris on the road. Inclement weather is unlikely. You're at the edge of the woods, so there isn't any chance of like random wildlife or anything. So yeah, it seems like a pretty safe trip for them. I mean,
Okay.
until they meet you.
I guess I would also grab the father's axe and chop
Okay.
down a tree further up the road so they can't go forward. That like the wagon would hit the fallen tree, so they try to go forward
Oh,
and
just
try
like
to
buy a little extra
block the
time.
way. Yeah, like so if they
Okay.
try to go forward, run past us, they'll hit the tree and it won't be able to go too much further.
Okay. I'm just googling how long does it take to cut down a tree with an axe.
I mean, I've seen some lumberjacks, Adam, on ESPN, and they are.
That's the first thing that comes up. It's possible to chop down a standing block chop in 13 seconds, but Jadara is not a professional axe wielder.
But she is a D&D character.
Yeah, this is not Dungeons and Lumberjacks. How long would it take to cut a tree down with an axe? Come on, Cora, what do you got? I figure you can make a survival check to see how good you are at it. And then
11.
Average.
An 11. Okay, so you're middlingly good. Yeah. All right. Okay. I figure it probably takes you like an hour, like to find a tree and chop one down. The idea is to chop it down and then have it like fall over into the path, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. So yeah, you spend about an hour doing that. You come back being thankful that you're not a peasant and that this isn't your job.
Yoji.
Yeah.
Wow. That is.
I'm standing there with.
He's
my arms
still
on my
working
sides.
on it when you come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm standing with my arms on my sides.
That is.
Well,
That is looking gruesome.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, okay, great. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, almost done. I need some more baby's feet, and I just like take a jack off of one of the kids.
Like, okay, where's that kid corpse? I gotta. Now Jadara, you're especially glad that you weren't born a peasant. Okay. So while this is going on, Kalimat, you have curled up in the goat shed to sleep, and I think you wake up. You wake up from your slumber, and you get some straw like stuck to your face, and you wake up because you were having a dream, maybe, or like you wake up with this feeling of like someone's in the room with you, right? But you can't see them. How do you respond to that feeling? Like you can't tell if it was a dream or you woke up because someone came in.
I do a light ring of the bell. See if there's anybody in my vicinity.
Okay. Yeah. So you ring the bell, and it like the sphere expands, and then it's different. It feels like it hits like a barrier a few feet away from you and counter reverberates back on you. So you hear this dissonant like ringing, and stagger back against the wall. And it like just leaves your ears like humming, and it feels like your skull's vibrating a little bit.
Well, that's a new one. You must be very powerful.
Yeah, you hear a voice. It's small and quiet, and it's coming from like below you, like near the ground. So you hear this voice say, "Your reliance on the bell is disappointing, though I understand. You don't need that. Open your eyes." And suddenly you can see, like just all of a sudden, you can see. You see, you are in the little goat shed. There's straw all around you, and there's just like a little black and yellow snake just sitting on the ground, looking up at you, flicking its tongue in and out. Yeah.
Everything is just like blurry and bright, even though I'm in this dark place. It's just like
Yeah. So you can see, but you're seeing through. You have the bandage around your eyes, right? So you're seeing light through it. Okay. And when you reach up and you like take it off, we see Kalimat has the like vertical slit, like yellow eyes of a snake. I mean, he can't see that, but yeah.
Right. Is this a gift?
No. A promise for the future.
And I can see like the snake that's talking to me.
Yeah, the snake isn't like moving its mouth or anything, but you can tell that it's speaking to you. Yeah.
Sure. A promise of what?
Reward for loyalty.
Do you speak for someone, or are you someone?
I'm here on behalf of our mother, mine and yours. Mine by birth, yours by adoption. You carry her knife, the tooth,
And you see
broken in
Calimont
ages
smile,
past.
smile wide. That's good to hear.
Our
I
mother
do.
is
I
assembling
carry
her
it.
forces, awakening. And yeah, you like take the knife out, and she says, "Yeah, our mother is assembling her forces, awakening those who sleep. Her servants. Once, your kind, some of them, served our mother. She hopes that you will again."
My kind. Dragon.
Yes. I mean, it doesn't nod, but you get the impression of the affirmative.
Does she want anything in return for my eyes?
Yes. You can't keep them yet. I just am here to show you. You'll be given your reward, but for now, we need them to believe that you are still hindered, for you to make your way through it. After all of this is done, this business with the cult, we'll speak again.
What is to be done with the cult?
Follow their orders. Listen. Learn.
I would see them destroyed if that's possible. Save the 2 companions that I've made.
It's like a pause, as though there's like messages being relayed, and then the snake says, "All in time. For now, the mother wishes to understand this cult. They've made powerful enemies, but have access to magic. Old magic. Could be useful."
One thing before you go. I was tasked by the queen and the page with 2 opposing tasks. Do you know of the caravan we are to ambush?
Only because you do.
So you do not know the woman that is the target.
Your choices are your own. Kill her or don't. It doesn't matter to us.
All right. I was promised by the page of the cult that he would give me information regarding the ancient dragons and where to find them or how to contact them. Is it a moot point now with your help?
If you think that there's something valuable to be gained by following this cult leader's orders, then do it. You're your own man, Calimont. But if not, disobey him as you like. And as for us,
Very
well, what is a dragon but a very, very old snake? And our mother is the very oldest.
Indeed. Indeed. Is there a way I can contact you, or will you just show up from time to time?
Mother has her eye on you, so long as you carry her tooth.
You know, this all would go a lot easier if I had my eyes to keep, you know.
Yes, well, as you're learning, life's not easy.
That might be the truest statement anyone's ever said.
Well, at least try to enjoy your suffering, Calimont. Good luck. And then you
Until we meet again.
blink. Yeah, you blink, and it's darkness again.
And you just hear him just go, damn it. Under his breath. And then he still has the knife in his hand. And you see him like try and curl up on the hay again and go back to sleep, but he like cradles the knife as he lays down.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. You dream of a warm slumber in an earthy den below the rocks. So yeah, I think with so Jadara, it only took you an hour to hack down that tree. You still got some time. Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I
While
think I want to set.
Yoji finishes his statue of terror.
I think I want to set a trap inside the dark part of the house, in between the two rooms, to try to kill one of them.
Okay, what kind of trap and where are you setting it?
Like right at the doorway in the side of the house, like a tripwire that will cause like a knife, the axe to swing and hit them, hopefully in the chest. Like have a axe hanging up, and when they chip the wire, it'll swing down forward and hopefully hit one of them.
Yeah, sure. You could try to do that. So you want to make it so there's an axe up above, and then if someone trips the wire, the axe falls down and hits you in the head.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, it's fairly simple. You don't need a bunch of fancy shit. Okay. All right. So let me take a look and see if there's like an appropriate skill already, or if it's just a survival. Traps. There we go. I don't care about detecting or disabling a trap. I care about making traps. Yeah, I think it's a survival check to set the trap.
Okay. 9.
All right, so that'll just be how difficult it'll be to spot. So you set it up, and yeah, okay, cool. So that's up there. That's ready. And then anything else? Because again, that didn't. Yeah, I think you have time for one more thing.
I'd like to be able to get a short rest in if possible. I don't know if you'll allow that, but
man, I don't know. Like hacking up bodies and assembling them in an artistic but terrifying way takes a long time. Like that's a lot of work.
I did roll 23.
Yeah, that wasn't speed of effort.
It was a dex roll though.
That's true. That's true.
I'll make a second one if you
yeah,
like.
I don't think you're gonna get a chance for a short rest. You know what? I'll be merciful. Yeah, sure. You can take a short rest.
Okay.
If you budget your time for it, you can take a short rest.
Yeah. I'm just gonna roll hit dice. I don't think Rangers get spells back on short rest. Off to check.
Axe trap in the way here.
Great. That's 4.
Okay, there you go. Axe there. I need to find like a good corpse pile token. Let's see. Okay, all right. So you get the axe trap. You get a short rest. Jadara, what was the other thing that you wanted to do?
I think I'll take a short rest when Yoji is as well.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you can both take a short rest then.
All right. Yeah, I got up to full HP.
Okay, cool. All right. So where will the three of you, Kalimite, you get your long rest because Jadara slowed them down. Where are you where are you gonna be when they approach? Like where are the three of you?
You say I get my short rest or my long rest?
Settle. Or you get your long rest, sorry.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I want to. If the diagram, and I remember this from last episode, was that you're gonna have to delete this. They're coming in from this way and then down, right? That's
yes.
accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So the thought would be that they're gonna stop like right here in that area potentially. Obviously, I can't see the future, but I want to be able to see the horses from a good distance away, however far that may be, and also out of like sight from them. So I don't know if I'm hiding on the hills back over here on the west, if north is the north side of this map here.
Yeah.
If I'm hiding
like
in those
up
fields
over
over there
here.
where I ran to chase Shadrick, so that I could potentially kind of do the same thing to get away. I'll also ask Jadara like where they found where he's planning to take them.
Yeah, so like you can hide out in the field over there if you want. That's certainly an option. The problem is going to be
It's gonna be a height
like
issue.
line of sight. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're up, but then there's like buildings and kind of like rocks in the way and stuff.
Dude.
There may be some problems. There aren't any trees until you get all the way to the woods.
Do the goggles give any sense of benefit?
Yeah, that being said, if you want to, you can go all the way out to the tree line,
And see
climb
what I
up
can-
into a tree, and then use the goggles from there and snipe from a distance. That's an option.
I'll say that in Jadar, I'm gonna go out in the trees, use these goggles here, sit up top, and be able to snipe from full distance. Hopefully, if that works for you, it seems the best for me. I'll be able to take the horses out, no problem. They won't even see them coming. Hell, they won't even ever see them coming.
You're best with the bow, anyways.
Right,
Being up close isn't your specialty.
right. Now I won't be able to do much else except shoot arrows. So just keep that in
Yeah.
mind.
Calamont, we could do this in one of two ways. One, you and I both go invisible and try to sneak into the carriage. Or two, and then convince her to willingly come out with me, and then you unleash the aura once I get her out. So you knock out all the guards. Or I use my
You have to
portal to
get
get
her.
us in. So she's not hit by the death aura.
Yeah, you have to get her. Well, we know how far. Quite a
Yes.
ways.
I could measure it exactly somehow.
Yeah, I mean you can pace it out and plan that in advance.
You'll have to give me a signal when you're out of harm's way.
Oh, I can teleport both of us well beyond the max range.
All right. And someone is going to have to put me in the middle of the guards. Unless, of course,
That's what I was thinking is you and I would sneak into the carriage and then convince her together that she needs to come with me, and I teleport her away, and you will be in the carriage with surrounded by guards, and you can AoE blast all of them.
I see what you're saying. We both go in, you take her out, they come to inspect,
Yes,
we ring the bell.
as loud as you
I like
can.
It would be my pleasure.
The other option.
How do we get in there? Are you going to lead me?
That's the thing is, it'll be hard to get inside. The other option is I teleport you and I inside and then convince her to come with me as my hostage. They won't harm me or her if she's in danger. And as we're backing away, I'll give you a signal when we're far enough, and then you blast all the guards.
All right.
Which do you prefer or think has the least chance of mess up?
I like the first plan.
First plan?
Mhm.
Okay.
We sneak in there. Because both of us can turn ourselves invisible.
Yes.
All I need is a guide. I can sneak if I can't see, as long as I know which way to go.
Yes, I could hold your hand and guide you to the door.
Perfect. Yoji,
Yeah.
what's your part to play?
Well, I'm gonna be as far away as possible over in those trees. So
I'm guessing
Yoji?
with your ready.
yeah, I'll take out the horses if it goes bad. That's
There's
at
a
least-
small chance they will run immediately, and that's what Yoji is there for.
right.
If they run away without the target, that's fine, right?
I would hope that doesn't happen, but
you would prefer to kill them all.
Yeah. Otherwise, we
right?
chased Shadrach out of here for no reason. Yeah. That would kind of be a little upsetting. But the whole no witnesses thing was a pivotal moment, I think, for.
Well, the only problem I foresee is when I rang the bell before, you all survived.
Right.
It hurt, of course, but you all survived. These might be seasoned guards. They might have special armor, something like that. It might hurt them, and so then they'll survive in a similar fashion. So, all things being equal, if they run away, that's fine. That is a win for us. Yes.
Let's call it a soft win.
I would say that would be acceptable because she is our main concern. It might help if you make some horrifying screech as you ring the bell.
I learned something from the creature that we fought earlier. Something it made sense inside my brain. And I believe that I have the power to disperse a crowd if need be.
Great. It's good news. Make sure we're not
would be
in that
useful.
crowd.
All right. Let's set up.
All right. I'm going to go find a tree.
Okay, so you start trekking
Yeah.
across the field. Okay, all right.
Basically want to
So
be
you
like
head off.
500, 600 feet away.
Yeah. You got a ways to go before you reach the edge of the woods. Because what did I say? It was 300 feet.
For what?
100 yards. Yeah, the edge of the woods. In that
Oh,
direction.
yeah.
300 feet. You got 600 to fire. Okay, all right. So you head off that way. And what's the deal with Jadara and Kalimont? Where are the two of you going?
I think we'll hide in the fields, and then as they come closer, we'll go invisible before they reach line of sight.
Okay. With invisibility, it's more a case of being worried about them hearing you cast the spell, because there's verbal components to invisibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
So if they're in earshot, they'll hear you.
we'll be like at the edge of the fields, looking down and listening and hearing for any signs of them.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and put your tokens wherever you want to be, and then we can make rolls as needed. Okay. All right.
Hold
so
on.
the two of you. Yeah.
There.
Just stand out in the open.
Look at us.
Okay.
We're married.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. So, yeah. All right. So you head out over there, and you get nestled down into the wood, into the still alive like field. And yeah, sunset starts to approach. And what I guess when do you want to cast the spell before they're in earshot? How long does invisibility last? Like an hour?
Well, I'm assuming that Yoji with the glasses can see them way the fuck far away, because I know how far they can see. And any sign, he whistles, and we immediately go, because invisibility does last like a good long while.
Eyes of the Eagle gives you make out details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across, like a womp rat. Okay, so Yoji, you see them first then. So they get hustled away to get ready to cast the spell. And Yoji, I think that when you see the caravan coming, you see them right around where they're stopped to deal with this like log problem. So tree is like fallen. So we see a caravan. It's actually not being pulled by horses. It's pulled by 2 ox. 2 big oxen. It's like an ox cart. So yeah, these big ox, but they don't look like. Make a perception check. I want to see how much
I get advantage on this, yeah?
Yoji notices. Yes, you do, because of the glasses.
24.
Nice. Okay. Can you also make a history check?
This is now the 6th or 7th history check about this person. We'll see how it goes. Hey, a 20.
Oh,
bad.
nice. Okay. All right. So it is clear to you right away. These are no normal ox. They are like blessed oxen.
Great.
They're like bred perfectly. They have their horns are exactly the same length and polished and ivory white. They have prayer strips wrapped around their horns and are wearing a like garland of lotuses. They are pulling a wagon, a cart that is made out of some dark wood, with like big round, like the wheels are meant for meant for like taking them away from city streets, but the wagon itself looks like fairly fancy too. It doesn't have any heraldry on it or anything, but you notice that there are nailed to the little sitting post is another prayer strip. It's been like hammered in there. There are two people who are like leading the wagon. There is a young person with like their hood up, and they're just sort of sitting sullenly holding the reins. And then next to them, there is a woman with kind of like shoulder length, curly, like blue green hair. She has like pale skin, but with hints of blue on her cheeks. She's wearing a like a fairly like fashionable traveling gown, and wearing like equivalent of like hiking boots. Basically, she's dressed up, but she's dressed for traveling. She looks like she's a affluent traveler, and she's sitting there as the cart is jostling along. She's reading a book. She's got a book in her lap, and I think that as you watch, you see her with a 24. You see her. She never touches the book. The pages just turn themselves. So she's just kind of like reading something, and then she turns her head, and the page just flops over.
This appears to be the woman that we need to capture.
No, neither of these.
Neither
are the
of
person.
them. Okay, all right.
Yeah, the carriage is closed. It's got a closed top, so you can't see it. It's a little box, and it's got a door on either side. You cannot see how many people are in, but with a 24, the wagon is sitting low enough on its frame. I was gonna say suspension, but I don't think that's what they would have called it in a wagon. It's sitting low enough that either there are a small number of very heavy people or a lot of people in there. You figure you could probably jam like 6 human-sized people in this thing if they were like shoulder to shoulder.
Okay. Can I make another perception check to see if there's any, and this is a stretch, I know, if there's any structural weakness of this wagon anywhere?
Structural weakness in what sense?
In the sense that there's some place where I could hit an arrow that would either like free the two.
Oh no, not with
or-
a single shot. It's meant to be like jostled, and stuff. So yeah, I don't think you even need to roll. You got a 24, so it doesn't. Yeah, there isn't like you can't see a single place. If you fired an arrow into the spokes of the wheel would just snap the arrow off.
Right.
Maybe if you had like a ballista that could shoot a chain or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not armored or anything as far as you can tell, but it's also not like a sort of weak type of a deal.
Right.
It looks like it's sturdy and expensive, same as the ox. So yeah, you see them and they're still a ways off.
A ways off in the sense that I could run to the two of them and come back to where I'm at, or not enough time, judging by how fast they're going.
Oh yeah, you don't have to like they've stopped, and you see the blue-haired woman look at the other person, and the other person is like shrugs, like I can't go over this. They're stuck at this log.
Okay.
For now, you can stay and watch, or you can stop watching, run over, and then run back, and then get eyes on them again.
I think Yoji has like the he does the math in his head in a sense, and he just thinks, well, if they don't feel it's gonna work, then they won't do it. We'll figure out another way. So I'm just gonna stay here, and if there is any information to be gleaned from this, I'll know it rather than missing something. So
okay,
he just continues
right.
watching, and I also whistle, just like Kalamat said, where I know that they're coming.
Okay. So you see, without minus the shield, You see the door open, and a man wearing a big like steel helmet with no like face. There's no visor or anything. It's just like a steel helmet with a sort of twisted mask like on it. You see him push the door open and step out, and the wagon immediately like lifts and like hangs. And the dude stands up, and he's like a good 7 feet tall almost. And yeah, he walks over to the log, crouches down, puts his arms under it, and just lifts it over his head and throws it into the woods. You even from this distance, you hear the crack of it like landing in the woods, and we see some birds like flutter up away.
Yeah.
He looks back. There's a conversation between the like blue-haired, the Genasi, and this guy, and the guy nods, and he gets back in, and you see the wagon like creak, and then it starts to head off towards you.
I think when those birds flutter, it does one of those quick cuts because this is obviously a PG show, and you just hear Yoji go, "Oh fuck!" Then it shows the birds coming out of the forest. Yeah,
yeah. I love that. That's such a good take. So yeah, that's what you see, and it's like rattling along towards you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm probably, being that I'm alone in the forest, I'm talking to the bow at this point and just saying like, "Hey, if you got any tricks I don't know about, this would be a great time." Just because I'm like really, I'm thinking that this is going to go very poorly at this point. And so I'm trying to figure anything else out that I can in this exact moment.
Oh, where was the confidence? Where's the confidence that you had before that we could totally handle this?
Hey, I'm not around you. I don't have to show that confidence, man.
Yeah, right. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, we don't need more information on the guards or the lady or nothing. We're good.
Can you make an insight check?
Sure. 13.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. So, yeah, the wagon continues on its way towards the farmhouse. And I think the time comes where Kalimat and Jadara, you cast your spell.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So the wagon, I will place it on the map here. So the wagon approaches, and it gets to about here, and then you hear the woman. I'll put the outside people on here. So you see this air genasi maybe, and her little like peon friend, and the air genasi. She's not reading her book anymore. She just got it in her bag. She turns and she's like, "Hold on," and the wagon like comes to a stop, and the ox kind of like low, and she hops down. And she takes a few steps out into the little like field. She's looking around, and you see her, Jadara. You see her like snap a withered pod off of something and like hold it in her hand. Turns it over. She turns and she looks back at the woman holding the reins, and she's like, holds it up, like, "What do you think happened here?" And the person with the reins just shrugs. And she's like, "It was a rhetorical question. Obviously, you don't know." Look. She turns and she's like, "See how it..." She points, and you watch her finger trace the arc of the circle. "This is unusual. I don't feel good about this." And again, the person like she shrugs, like, the ox need food. And this woman like she comes out. And she's just, you can see her like looking around, like something's not right. This is. You want to do anything?
I think in the trees, Yoji has no idea what they're saying, so he's just like, "This looks really good in this house. We should go inside it. Let's see how it goes."
Jesus Christ!
I'm just like, "Go inside the house. Go inside the house."
Yeah, right. We see Yoji crouched on the branch, and we see the dark woods behind you, all the leaves and stuff, and the dappled pattern of the leaves as the sun goes down. And yeah, you're just like, come on, go in the house.
Yeah.
Extra.
I like by
extra.
himself Yoji better than with us Yoji.
Yeah, right. That rare person who's nicer when they're alone than they are when they're with people.
Yeah.
Or has a sense of humor.
Yeah. So yeah, she's just kind of like walking around, like looking at stuff, and the ox are grumbling, and she's sitting back there. What do you think? Anything you want to do?
I think I signal for Calumet to go prone, to like lie down on flat on his belly.
Okay. I do that.
All right. Jadara, you watch as the woman reaches into a pouch, and she takes out a box, a little tiny, like a jewelry box. She flips a latch, and she opens the box. She reaches in, and she takes out a blue sphere, like a little lapis sphere with a golden band around it. It's like about the size of a golf ball. And she blows on it, and it starts to glow. She throws it up in the air, and it goes up and then comes down and stops and starts slowly orbiting around her head. Just like a real lazy orbit, just floating around her head. Then she cracks her knuckles, and she starts kind of walking back and forth, like looking, and like you can see she's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on here.
I think I signaled to Callie to start shuffling slowly in this direction
This is
on our bellies.
This is Callie's and Jadara's first game of Blackout, so they're still prone in the field, making sure that they don't get seen in the final circle. Yeah.
I mean, how like this is different than laying down, because all you have to do to get me to lay down is like put enough pressure on my shoulder, like that.
Yeah.
But to get me to follow you, like while prone.
I think it's safe for us to crouch, and then just while crouching, I'm holding your hand and dragging you. It's just dragging to the as far to the edge of this field as we can get.
Okay.
As quietly as
Why
possible.
don't you just message me? Can you message me?
Jadara just busted her phone. It's like, lol, Calumet, go north. BRB.
Lol, bro.
Eggplant.
Yeah, actually, I can whisper silently into your brain to come towards the edge with the whisper message cantrip.
There you go.
Okay. Can both of you make stealth checks, please?
Am I able to see them, by the way, at this point?
They're invisible, so no.
Okay, so I'm just.
But if you make a perception check to oppose this, this is noticing the signs of them or noticing like sounds. So you have advantage, both of you, on this. So Calumet, 31, no problem. Jadara, you got a 14.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me roll.
Going horribly today.
The investigatrix here. Let's see.
Roll poorly.
Okay, so Yoji, you see this, but since Jadara and Calumet are moving through these like, tall, these like 8-foot tall grain stands, they don't see this. The woman stops, like she's heard something. Yeah.
Do they not? They don't get disadvantage for us being invisible or not?
You get advantage.
That's something else.
She's hearing you. She hears you. She hears you like rustling. So she can't. It's not about her seeing you. That's irrelevant. You have advantage on all stealth rolls. But she
Gotcha.
She stops, and Yoji, you see her start walking over this way.
Is there any? Can I make a quick look just around me? Are there any creatures around me? Any animals of any type?
No. I mean, yeah, like not. You don't look over and there's a squirrel sitting there with his tiny squirrel bow.
I'm wanting to shoot something to make a loud noise to perhaps distract.
Oh no! I mean, you're 300 feet away, right?
Yeah.
So you'd have to hit like an elephant with a taser.
Okay.
Like a big taser.
I mean,
yeah, like there isn't anything loud enough at this point.
Fuck.
You could just like scream really loud and try to make an animal noise.
I kind of want to do that. That might be the answer. What would that be a performance?
Yes, it would be a performance check with charisma.
Or would it be survival?
You definitely wouldn't be survival.
Oh, I thought I'd like make an animal noise.
I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure that this lady knows something is up.
I mean, yeah, like she's investigating. She's like, I mean, if I describe this to you, like you in the caravan of the woman you were protecting roll up on this town and you see there's a perfect semicircle cut out of like dead leaves and then you hear something rustling. Like imagine that she's the PC in the inverse of this situation.
Yeah. I mean, they know something's up. I just don't know how they would react if I just fucking screamed, but it would potentially draw them away from whatever they're doing and draw their attention here. I'm going to do it and just see what happens.
Okay. What kind of animal what kind of animal are you pretending to be?
What would be I'm going to be a boar because I was told that there were boars the day prior.
Or, so you want to make a bunch of boar? You want to make a bunch of boar noises?
I want to make a bunch of boar noises. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep in mind this performance check is rolled with a -1. So let's see how this goes.
Hold on, I'm looking up wild boar sounds on YouTube's.
Okay. Yeah. Prepare thyself. They're quite a thing. It's one of Yoji's talents.
Jesus.
It doesn't quite make sense.
It sounds like a garbage disposal. Okay, all right. Cool. So yeah, you're gonna go ahead and get ready to do that. And let's have you roll performance.
I'm just saying if I have literally anything, I don't think I can. All right, here we go. This is a bad idea. 17, not too bad.
17, that's pretty good. Okay. All right, so let's have her roll an insight roll to determine. Let's see. Okay, so she stops, and Kalimat and Jadara, you hear her say, "Oh, it's just some boars. Come on," and she walks back this way. So the sound of the boars nearby in the woods, she's like, "Oh, okay." Some of them are still here, like rooting around, eating the grain. And she turns around and starts walking back.
I think as they're walking back, Yoji just is like, "That's right, you fucking piece of shit. Walk back to the caravan and go inside the fucking house."
All right, so she's leading the little wagon, and it comes around the corner here, and I think she stops when she sees like the blood and stuff, and she puts her hand up, and she's like, "Scratch what I said about the boars." And the wagon stops. She's like, "Something is very wrong here," and she walks over here, and maybe Yoji, you lose sight of her. Kalimat and Jadara, do you want to be doing any moves as they're like moving up here, or
as long as you don't seem like they're coming in our direction, I think we'll stay as quiet as possible.
Okay.
At the very edge.
So you hear her banging on the door, not frantically, but there's like banging on that door, and then you see the other door open. You see the guy, I guess, like you can't see from back there, Jadara. So you two of you will have to move back up to the you have to move back up to the front because like there's all this grain here you can't see through, right? So do you want to do that, or do you want to move up?
Yeah, I think the grass beside the field is. Just like thin grass, like, or is it really tall?
Yeah. There's an area of flattened grass that's like next to the field, and then it just tall grass after that.
Yeah, I think we'll step just outside of the field and walk to the edge of it, trying to, as hard as possible, not to make too much noise walking along the flat grass.
Okay, and then like you want to come down here? Is that like
Just where you can see around the edge.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. So you see the dude that Yoji saw earlier, this huge dude, and he gets out the other side, and then the woman comes around this side, and the two of them have a conversation. That's maybe Jadar, make a actually both of you, Kalimat and Jadar, make a perception check.
And this is with
Kalimat, you can
sound.
take advantage.
They're trying to
Kalimat,
hear.
take advantage on this. Yeah, they're trying to hear.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Go. You have advantage on this, Kalimat.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. All right. So Jara, you can't make out what they're saying, but you hear her say, "Listen, this is obviously a trap. That being said, I have nothing but faith in you. Look at you. You can handle it. Go inside and see what's in there. Come back. Tell me what you see." He nods, and you hear a grunt from under the helmet, and she turns to watch the sunset over here as her friend
I'm like
starts
immediately.
walking
I just
towards the house.
wanting to know, like immediately when she says she knows, like she says, this is obviously a trap. I message that back to Jadara.
Okay.
Trap.
And when he's moving, do I notice anything awkward about his movements or anything? Or does he just seem like a big dude walking, or does he act a little funky?
Make a perception check.
Man, I cannot roll that.
He's just big and heavy. And in fact, like he walks like someone who's heavier than he looks. Like he's huge and probably weighs hundreds of pounds, but he leaves these like deep footprints. And like sort of churns the dirt when he walks. So when he steps, the ground like crackles around his feet as he walks. And the path he leaves through the broken like grain here, yeah, the trees like they just like crunch and crack away from him as he walks by. And then he goes inside. So what do you do now?
I guess a message to Calimont, which is the big dude's inside, but there's a guard, looks like possibly a mage, right outside the door. She seems to have some sort of maybe a sensor above her. I don't know if we'll be able to get close enough.
Do you want to make an Arcana check about that orb that's floating around her head? You can both make it when Jadar describes it.
Oh man,
okay, you're rolling so bad today, Dan. I'm so sorry.
Bad.
No, yeah, you're right. It's some kind of magical floating thing. Kalimat, you don't know particularly, like you don't know the details, but when Jadar describes it like a stone that orbits her head, it's an Ayun stone. Ayun is an ancient wizard who created these the blueprints for these magical items that other wizards often use, and they're magic stones that when you attune them to yourself, they fly around you and provide some kind of benefit. But you can't remember the details of every single one.
Okay.
Can I see the stone? And if so, does the 22 tell me exactly what it does?
You can see it slowly zooming around her head.
Okay.
Yeah, this stone is a lapis Ayun stone. Hers particularly is crafted in the style of the Court of Coins. And it is a let me see. There's like an actual name for it. Yeah, it's a stone of awareness. So this person cannot be surprised so long as it orbits her head.
Okay. Somehow this just keeps getting worse. I don't know. Man. I hope they don't go through with this, but here we go. I like get ready with an arrow, and I'm just sitting there watching the person pace back and forth.
So I messaged Jadara, and I say I let her know that the stone is some sort of protection, or it has some sort of magical benefit. There are many, many, many out there. It could be one of 100 things. But do you think that since they're not all going in, do you think you could create some sort of distraction, like a fire, an illusion, something to get everybody that's still inside of the carriage out of the carriage? Perhaps.
Nothing that I could do silently. I would have to cast, and that would give my position away. Verbally.
So after you say that, we cut to an interior shot of the house. We see the open room. We see the goat corpses laid out. We see this big guy, this hulking dude, walk in, like looks around. Evidently, you can see through his helmet. Something's going on here. He looks around, looks down, and we just hear him like, "Huh." And he walks towards the open door, and we see his booted foot catch the tripwire. The axe swings down. How much damage does a battle axe do? Let me see, D6.
D6 or D8.
Yeah, I think it's a. Let's see, axe.
Could you wield a battle
axe.
axe two-handed? Would this count as that?
1d8. I mean, it's like a hatchet.
I don't know if that weapon's versatile.
It's like a woodsman's axe, so it's somewhere between a hatchet and a battle axe. Let's just call it. I'll call it a battle axe. Yeah, we can say a D10 because it's two-handed basically. So, you want to roll? Jadar, roll a damage for me.
No.
D10?
Oh, well, she set the trap. Please
set the trap. I'll let her roll it out.
I swear to God.
Ooh, 10.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So we see him walk. He trips the thing. The axe just comes down and like buries itself in his neck, and he just like grunts again. Same noise. He's like, "Ugh." He reaches up and yanks it out, and blood like splatters. And it's like blood's coming down him, and he throws it on the ground, and he takes another step into the room, and he like just looks at the big pile. He looks at your work, Yoji, and just kind of is like,
No one knows that he actually got hit by the axe, right? We can't.
No,
I can't see in there.
No. I think what happens is you see him, Yoji. You see him come back out, and he's got like an axe wound. He's got a cut on his shoulder. There's blood dripping down him, and he's tracking blood out of the house, but you can't see his face. He's got this big brass mask on,
Right.
and he just starts walking back this way.
I'm just shaking my head in the tree.
Okay. So he walks back, and Kalimat, you can hear and immediately like relay by way of message to Jadara what he says. So he comes back, and he says, "Mara, I think." She scowls.
I think it's the Mara.
Mara? What did you see? Dead. All dead. Lauda and his children. Arranged. He shakes his head and he points. He says, "There was a trap. An axe. They knew we were coming." And she looks at him and she's like, "Clean that up." And he nods. "Sorry." And he walks over here, and the woman sitting on the thing just hands him like a rag, and he just starts wiping the blood off of the wound.
Kalimat, I have a very bad feeling about this.
You and me both.
I don't think we were meant to survive this.
The woman turns back to the wagon and she says, "Well, this is inconvenient, but at least we know it's a trap. You didn't see anyone in there?" And now she's speaking like a little louder now so you can hear her. And he nods and he says, "Only the dead." And she says, "Well, we need food for the ox anyway. Come on, let's get a little closer." And the whole group makes its way down here. Okay. So they are out of hearing range now if they speak. You have to get closer. Yoji, you can see the woman she says something to the big guy who goes into the little like goat hut. And then she is standing at the edge of the shatter crater and she's staring at it.
He's making voices for the two of them. There was a great statue inside of the great Mars thing. It was perfect. I've never seen it before.
Oh boy, whoever made that statue must be so smart and handsome. I bet I would fall in love with him immediately if I ever met him. Well, you're in love with me. I thought we were together. No, I'm in love with Yoji now.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. It's accurate.
All right. So that's not what they're actually saying, but that is definitely a thing you can imagine. Yeah.
I didn't see you playing with your dolls again.
Yeah, so she's just examining the crater right now. What do you want to do? Everybody just like, oh my god, what are we gonna do?
I mean, yeah. At this point, I'm just like waiting. Do I have a shot?
I message.
What do I have a shot on the ox or whatever right now?
Yeah, one of the ox. Sure, yeah, you could take a shot.
I just didn't know because if they were behind that cover, if it meant I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you're shooting over the house, but you know where they are.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Go ahead, Zeke.
I messaged Jadara. Well, there's always a direct approach. We could perform and lie and tell them something.
Well, I think our original plan isn't going to work. We could try to kill the mage quickly.
Okay. How would we do that?
One thing I learned about mages is they're usually pretty fragile things. If we could get the jump on her. Well,
I'm having trouble hearing them now. How are they? They must be further away. Should we get closer?
I don't know. Something about this just seems off. These aren't normal guards. I don't think
Yoji, you see the big burly dude come out, and he's holding in his hands like a bale of like hay, I guess. I don't know what oxen eat. Feed. Okay. And he walks over and he dumps it at the in front of the ox, and they lower their heads and start eating, and he just reaches up and just like pets one of their foreheads. It's like It's like pets the ox. And the surly woman who is driving the cart, she is like stretching, and she's like taking a walk and just kind of like stretching her legs and walking around a little bit. So she kind of walks out like here. The blue-haired woman has climbed up on top of this rock and is standing on it, shielding her eyes from the sun, like looking around.
Okay. I'm probably at this point like cursing Jadara's name, thinking that they just like have ran off. I'm like,
that's right. Yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta attack.
Do the thing.
Do the goddamn thing. We're losing light out here.
Well, What do you think, Kalimat? What do you think we should do? What does fate tell you?
We've got a mage. We have how many guards?
One very tough guard, a smaller person I don't think we have to worry too much about, and the mage. And whatever else is inside. I don't think anyone else is, though.
Okay, human? Or the like?
Yeah, Jadar, if you had to guess, you'd guess he's probably a very big Earth Genasi, but it's hard to tell for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Either he's wearing a mask, it's hard to tell, but big. Could be Earth Genasi, maybe a very light orc. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Can I do a something check to see if I know anything like weaknesses of Earth Genasi or anything like that? Genasi in and of themselves, or are they just like
they're humans, but they're attuned to the elements. They tend to follow specific personality and physical traits as a result of their heritage. Earth Genasi, you would know like what's in the player's handbook. So like they can move across difficult terrain made of earth or stone without expending extra movement, which is probably what Jadara was seeing. And they also have the ability to pass without trace. So they can like not leave trails. They tend to be big. They tend to be dense. Some of them are they're big in a bunch of different ways, but there are very few small Earth Genasi. And then like religiously, they're let's say better, I guess. they're closer to nirvana than humans are, but not as much as angels.
So if one were to die, it would or someone like a human would die, come back as a Genasi, that means they did good.
If a human did good enough and died, they could come back as a Genasi.
Gotcha. So you don't think there's any way we can take them?
Well, it's the mage I'm worried about. The big brute to just gotta stay away from. Mages can cast powerful things if they're given the chance to.
Very true.
I think we could take her if we tried.
All right. I can do a myriad of different things, but I don't have anything that's really flashy or powerful.
I know.
Possibly convince her to do things. I could possibly make her run away, depending on how strong her will is.
Yeah, what's up, Adam?
Yoji, you spot the driver. She comes back. She starts talking with the big guy. They seem to be talking about his injury, and make an insight check real quick. This is hard because you can't hear what they're saying.
6.
Yeah, there's a familiarity between the two of them, but you can't place it.
Familiarity in what sense? The fact that they are...
You got a 6. They seem like they know each other well.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Can I tell if they look of similar race?
She's got her hood back now. She just looks like human. She's like the round ears.
Okay.
Yeah, she seems to be a human. She is of Court of Coins descent. Not the imperial bloodline, like not high Court of Coins, but like the farmlands or the outlands. Maybe somewhere in one of the northern provinces. And yeah, she seems like just like smiling, and they're talking, and she seems to be like teasing him about getting hurt. She doesn't seem concerned about him. There's a cordial relationship between the two of them.
All right.
Not knowing that Ioun Stone is like what I know it is, what Zeke knows it is.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to say to Jadara, well, here's what I could possibly do.
Yeah.
You get me close enough. You know how big the circle of death that I created was, right? Well,
Mhm.
that's approximately the same as my sense of, the other ring that I can do. So get me within that circle so I
Yeah.
can see her
I
life
think-
essence, and
I
I
think
will get the drop on her, and I have the God Killer.
so. You want to get up within range of her and ring the bell hard.
No, I want to get up within range of her and take her out silently with this.
Oh,
And I
she's
tap the,
she's up
tap
on
the hilt.
she's standing up on a stone right now. I don't think you'll be able to
I'm invisible.
reach her. But she can be. I think she's listening. She looks like she's searching.
I won't be heard.
Yeah, when
Well-
you look over at her, Jadara, right now she seems like she's enjoying the sunset. She has her eyes closed, and she's kind of like a placid smile on her face, and she has that like the last warm rays of the sun before night sets in. She doesn't seem like she's like, "Where's the?"
Oh, well, we could try to get
But
close.
she is definitely like above and aware. Yeah.
You know what? I think we need to risk it. If we get you right below where she is, and you ring the bell hard, you'll hit the oxes, the cart, the big dude, and the little one. You hit them all at once. We just have to risk the woman inside dying. There are ways to bring her back. It's not pretty. But if we have to bring back a corpse, it's better than nothing. And then I will hit her with something else as soon as I see the bell ring. That should be enough to finish her.
Okay. So, just so I have this straight, I get up close enough, I give a hard ring, you finish off the mage, then what do I do?
And then we will deal, Yoji and I will do what we do best and kill the big dude.
Dude is an ancient Court of Swords word that means
Yeah.
noble warrior.
Right. Yeah.
It's all the way back.
It's a race of genasi.
Yeah, dude, the dudes. Yeah.
Dudes. He's a dude genasi.
Yeah. Those are the five traditional Chinese elements: fire, earth, air, water, and dude. Bruh.
I think you cut back over to, or the camera like cuts back over to Yoji, and he basically recites the plan verbatim, exactly what Jadara says, but switches out me and Yoji with me and Jadara. I'm just like, all right, guys, let's go.
All right.
Okay. Well, so maybe
Right.
maybe before we do any plan springing, maybe we take our break here, and then when we return, we spring the trap.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That seems like a smart move.
This is gonna be rough. All right.
That'll
Well,
be great.
we'll
Go perfectly.
We'll see how it goes after this. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll come back with part 2 here of episode 91, and see if this whole thing works out. I hope it does. We'll be right back.